This is going to be the only Easter decoration you need this year. I picked up these stackable eggs from the Dollar Tree. I think they were $5. Just take those apart. I didn't say they were going to be easy. Then grab yourself a pool noodle. Take your kitchen saw, start at one end of your pool noodle and just cut halfway up all the way through to the center. Once you get that sliced open, just set this to the side. Grab your spray paint. We're going to start with the yellow. This is a satin finish, so you're going to want to use satin. Now come in close. Look how great this covers. I grabbed these at Home Goods. These are not from Dollar Tree. Open these napkins up. Now these are 2-ply or 3-ply. Okay, once you get these layers, pull this apart. Now this one actually has 3. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this second layer. So I'm going to peel this one apart. This is actually the hardest part of this DIY. So now that this is finished, this is going to go along so fast. As my grandmother used to say, easy breezy, lemon squeezy. I think that's what she said, something like that. Okay, so once you get that apart, just lay this down here on your workspace. Take your medium-sized egg. So we've got the big one, the medium, and the small one. This one, I've got something special planned for the top, so make sure you hang out for that. So take your Mod Podge and just squirt it right on top. Okay, just like that. Oh, I got a little help here today. Hello, Mickey. And then I've got my crafter square brushes. Let's take those out. And then just take the brush and just cover the entire egg with this Mod Podge. You want to make sure you do a good job covering it because you don't want to leave any part of it dry. So I'm going to go ahead and, I already had plenty. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more, and then I'm going to do that. Now make sure you get it all the way up to the edge here, okay? Don't leave that. It's okay if you get more on than you think. This stuff dries up really good. So just you do you, get as much on as you feel you need. And if you got too much, it'll dry. It might just take a little bit longer to dry. So I'm going to, I got some of that pool noodle in there, but that's okay. I guess no egg is perfect, right? They all have little dimples. So let's take this. We're almost done here. And then we're going to move on to the next step. So cover that up nice and good. Oh, I got a little carried away. Put that on. This might just be the only Easter decoration that you need this year. I have made this once before and it turns out amazing. And as you know me, I do love to light things up as well. Okay, so just put this just like this, and then take this. I'm going to just put this here, and then take this and put it right on the side. It's okay if it's not perfect, and then just start to press it down. Okay, so work all the way down first, and then work this around. Don't worry if it's not perfect, because when this is all finished, it's going to look perfect. If it starts to bunch up like that, just kind of pull it just a little bit and flatten it out. Don't pull too much because you don't want to tear the napkin. However, if you do, just add a little bit more of your Mod Podge and then just cover it with your fingers and just rub it down just like that. Okay, so you buy a big pack of napkins because you're gonna need a couple of these. I think this one will take either 2 or 3. So now find this part, and then where we've stopped here, just bring this up and you can overlap them. So put this on and then smooth it down. Don't worry about there not being glue here. We're gonna get to that in just a second. Okay, so bring this down, just pat it down, and then cover this up here, and then flatten it out this way. That is perfect. Luckily, I didn't tear that. I'm always nervous about tearing these. Okay, now we're just gonna let this dry, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, when you get around to the edge, just take some more of the Mod Podge, just smear that out just like that, and then just cut off the excess. Doesn't have to be neat because this is all going to just camouflage right in. So then just lay this down right over it. Just use your finger. You don't have to use your brush all the time. This stuff just rubs right off. So just put that, get that on there, and then just flatten that out. See how easy this is to work with. Right now, if you let me know that you are into affordable DIYs from the Dollar Tree, the hobby stores, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you won't miss any more of my upcoming DIYs. Okay, here's a little bit more here. So just add a little bit of hot glue. Sorry, of my Mod Podge, not hot glue. I'm so used to working with hot glue. I'm getting all confused. Okay, up here at the top, just add a little bit more. I'm gonna add it to the top. And then I didn't get enough underneath here. It's okay, watch this. Just tear that open just like that. Just add in your Mod Podge. I'm just gonna use that. Smear that over like that and then just place this on top. So look how easy that camouflages. Just take your Mod Podge and go over any open spots you have and then just take your napkin and then just place it right over the top and then just press that down. Once that starts to dry, then we'll trim off the excess. Actually, I'm not even gonna wait. I'm just gonna take this, I'm just going to cut around that. And then we don't have any of the white showing. And people will think that this is a store-bought Easter decoration when we're done with this. So I'm just going to add on some Mod Podge and then just take it and then just put that down right over the top. Just give that a good coat. Look at that. You can't even see hardly where it blends together. That's what I love about working with these store-bought napkins. Okay, just like that. Now we're gonna set this to the side, let it dry. Now we've got this one. So let's take this, take your pink paint. You're gonna take the pink paint, make sure you shake that up before you spray. Otherwise, it's gonna get clogged up at the top. So then take that, put my hand in here like that, and then just take it and then just spray paint that. Perfect. Okay, remember this. Take the first egg, the large egg, place it upside down. Then take your pool noodle, and first we're just going to wrap this all the way around. Don't be afraid to manhandle this. And then just put it all the way down. And then we're going to attach it. And you'll see how we're gonna attach it in just a second. But first we have to get the proper measurement. So once you get this around to like that, then grab your scissors or a Sharpie and then just kind of score it so you know where to cut it off. I'm just gonna use this. My kitchen saw was a little big for this part, so just cut that off and then tear that. And then we're going to cover it just like so. Now, you can use any kind of tape. Gaff tape will work just fine. So I'm gonna go grab the gaff tape and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got gaff tape. So take your gaff tape, tear off a piece, and then just put it right over here. Just bring it down. Gaff tape is great because it is super strong. And then just tape that and give it a good squeeze, and that will hold that into place. Now, I grabbed all of these floral bushes at the Dollar Tree. Look at all of these. Now, you could get these at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, wherever there's a good sale. So let's start with these, okay? So take your shears. I'm gonna use my floral shears and then just cut those off, okay? Just like that. Now, if they have these leaves on here, make sure you push those leaves up to the top because we're gonna put that to use. That is going to be used as a filler. That way we don't have to buy extra filler. So push that up, cut those off. That one doesn't have a leaf. Look how easy that was. Now, take these, and you can shape these however you want. Oh, I love those. They have, look at that. They have the yellow center as well. Oh, and I just pulled that off. I got a little carried away with that one. Okay, put that right back on. And then just take these, and let's start here. Just push that right down into the pool noodle. So we're gonna stagger these. So low, middle, low, middle, low, and then once again, middle. I believe I have one more set of these. Yes, these are perfect. So let's cut these off as well. So push that up. How many do I need? I need about 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, let me get this leaf up here because you know we have to have those leaves. Perfect. Okay, so we need a low, a middle. Oh, let's put that more in the middle. Low, middle. Let's see if I can push this right next to that gaff tape. Take the hydrangeas and we're just going to cut those off as well. You could probably just pull some of these off, but I like to use this wire end of these, okay? Because this works as a floral pick. So just put these in right between the others because these spread out nice and good and work as a filler. So just use all of these that you want. Like I said, you can use any color you want as well. You don't have to use purple. But for the theme I'm going this year for Easter, I want a purple table. So I'm going to put that up there. Oh, I'm going to cut that off a little bit more. Just like that. I'm going to put this in here. These are beautiful. Has anyone else noticed that Dollar Tree has really stepped up their game on their florals? Yes, they went up in price, but I think the quality also went up. Okay, let's put that in just like that. Now look at these. These are great as well because these are going to have a little bit more height to them. So let's do the same thing. Put these up. These actually might be a little big for this arrangement, but you'll just let me know in the comments if they are, because I always love reading the comments and I do value your opinion. Get those tags off. I know the tag police will be out for me if I don't. So get that off. Okay, one more to go. Perfect. Now let's start to put these in. Okay, work your way around. Okay, yeah, that is great. Look how that sticks out. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go like around like a clock. So 12, 3, let's put this one in at 6. Let's put this one in at 9. That way we're working nice and even. I've got a couple extra here. So let's just see, let's save this, okay? Don't feel like you have to do all of these at once. You can spread these out. So we're gonna save that. I've also got, these are the irises. I don't know why I had to look at the tag. Of course I know these are irises. So I'm gonna cut off the iris. Again, I pushed up that leaf. So we're gonna put the iris in, just like so. This is really beautiful filler. So let's push that up, get that tag off, and then cut that off. Perfect, cut this one off. Next one, oh, I'm gonna have to use that leaf on another one. I cut that off a little too high. So let's take that leaf, let's put that leaf right in here. These are so easy to work with. So just press that right through like that. And then let's fill this in. Let's start working over here. This is going to turn out great. That was a little long. So cut that off. You don't want to obstruct this area. You'll understand why in just a couple minutes when we get to that part. This one is full of surprises. And again, I promise you, this might just be the only Easter decoration you need this year. Almost everything from the Dollar Tree. Okay, these are my favorite. These are called amaranthus. So cut those off. They shed just a little bit. So don't let that surprise you. It's just how they are because they feel realistic. So let's take these and then put these in. You can put this up on its side now and then just put these in and fill that in. Let's turn this around. Put that in like that. I love the fullness of these. I love how the colors are all like versions of different shades of lavender and purple. Okay, I think I need one more here. And I've got one more. I hope I find a place for it because These are my favorite. Okay, perfect, right here. Going right in there. Now, you'll see I do have a little bit here that does need to be filled up. So I grabbed these. Look at these. These were also from the Dollar Tree. So they do have a little bit of lavender in there. So let's get rid of that tag. And then let's cut these off. Perfect, just like that. I do say perfect a lot today, huh? It's like the perfect day to say perfect, I guess. So cut that off. Where do you buy your flowers? Does anybody have a secret? Like, is there someplace? I mean, I know Walmart has artificial flowers, or as I like to call them, forever flowers, but I don't purchase many there. So if that's your place to go for flowers, I want to hear about it. Okay, let's fill this in with filler. I love how easy these go in. And here's the thing. I've worked with this stuff before with the pool noodle. You could use floral foam, but why? This is so inexpensive that it just makes sense. Okay, I'm going to cut that off and then fill this in. All right, let's move that around to there. I think I have one more bush. Well, here's another one. Let's look at it this way. Wow, I think that is like pretty full. I have been known to overdo it a little, so I might overdo it with this, only because I want this to look perfect. Okay, I am going to cut these off and use, I don't know that I'll use all of these, but I'm going to use some of them. It's like trimming a elephant's toenails. Look at that. Okay, these, last one, great. So let's go in, let's quickly just fill this together. Fill this in, turn, just do a twist and a turn. That is great. I am so happy you all are here today. I am trying to rush spring because I would prefer to live in spring and not in winter. Okay, even though I have allergies, I would rather have allergies than a runny nose. Let's set that to the side. Let's finish this off and then put this all together. So trim off the excess of the napkin. Leave a little bit just in case we need to tuck that in. So we've got this area here. So finishing touches, just a little bit of Mod Podge right along the edge. Smear that down and then lay that right over the top. This is arts and crafts on steroids today. I love how easy this is and how it's going to turn out. I don't know if you can see my vision, but my vision says pure Easter. Okay, now that all this is dried, take your Mod Podge, put some on top. We're going to give it one more final coat. Try not to be too sloppy. Okay, and then just give it a coat. Go lightly over. You have to make sure it's completely dry. If it's not completely dry, you risk ripping the napkin and you don't want to start over. Okay, look at this. This is covering nicely. You could also tap it. Tap, tap, tap. Get that all covered. Yeah, and one last little drying session. And then we'll put this together. You know, it wouldn't be a Gooch creation without twinkle lights. So grab your hot glue. Make sure you use the side that does not have the battery compartment on. Just glue that right here to the gaff tape or whatever tape you use. And then once that sets, just take your twinkle lights and we're going to parade this through. Yes, I said parade. We're going to parade this right through all of your artificial flowers and then bring the end around and then tuck it right in. Okay, that glue gun is just a little warm. Okay, look at this, going all the way around. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, I love this already. Okay, now let's put this together. Okay, you know I like things a little over the top. So let's add in a few of these because I think this needs to scream Easter. So just take a toothpick. All of these little eggs from the dollar store have little holes in the bottom. So just take that toothpick, stick it in there, and then just let that set up. Once that sets up, then we'll be able to add these right into our centerpiece. Look at that. Make sure you get a bunch of different colors. These come in pastels. There's purple, there's blue, there's yellow. We've also got pink and orange. So let's just do one of each for now. And then if we need to add in more, we can always add them in as we see fit. And then if you want to remove some of them, you can just take them out if you're not crazy about having the eggs, because this is your arrangement. Don't let anybody tell you what you should do. Okay, here's what you should do. Just kidding. Okay, take your Easter eggs, just push them right down into the foam. That is perfect. Be sure to spread them out. You don't want them all right on top of each other. Let's put in a little bit more lavender as well. So just pop that right down in. And don't forget, we've also got orange. So bring that orange around. Make sure you find a nice bare hole to stick that into. Take the purple. We're going to put the purple right over there. And don't forget, we also have blue. So bring the blue in. Put it right there. Even though that's on what I call the back side, you never want to leave any part untouched, because if you've got this sitting at a table, hopefully you're going to have all your friends and family wrapped around that table so they will see how beautiful this ended up. I've got one left. Let's add on one toothpick to this. And then let's put it together and turn on the lights. I promised you I had something for the top. So take your hot glue. I picked up this duckling. I almost said ugly duckling, but it is definitely not ugly. So I picked up this duckling at the dollar store. So let's put this right on top. So find what side you want the front. Put that there. Put that right into place and let it set up. Make sure you get it stuck on there good, because now we're going to stack these together. The moment we've all been waiting for, let's put this together. I grabbed these at the Dollar Tree as well. These are LED puck lights. They are color changing and they're actually waterproof, but we don't need the waterproof today. So take these out. If your Dollar Tree doesn't have these, I also have a 4-pack of these in my Amazon shop. So put this in the center. These are remote, so make sure you don't lose your remote. Okay, let's take the center egg. Now these pop right into place. So put those on and just press it down. Look how easy that was. I love this already. Okay, and now that this is dried, let's take our duckling, our big old goose egg, put this on. Press that down right on top. If you need to hot glue right around here, feel free to hot glue. Okay, let's turn on the lights in 3, 2, 1. Wow, I absolutely love this. Be sure to check the comments. I know that's hard to see right now with the lights on, but I'll post a photo of this lit up at night right after the sun goes down. Go ahead, take a second. If you can hit that like button, hit that save button, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, if I can do this, you can do this. Wow, it's gonna be an awesome Easter. Nearly everything here is from the dollar store. The flowers, the Easter eggs, the twinkle lights, the stackable pumpkins, and even the chickadee on top. I think that is the cutest. I picked up the Easter napkins from Home Goods, and the pool noodle even came from the dollar store as well.